New here at 6:30, a man is dead tonight after leading Louisville Metro Police on a high-speed chase through multiple counties. LMPD says the man shot himself in his car as the chase appeared to be coming to a close. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Alex Dieterer. Police say the incident began around 9:30 this morning when they attempted to pull over the man on Dixie Highway for having outstanding warrants. Police say that's when the man fled the scene. The man drove into Oldham County before re-entering Louisville, where he eventually hit a parked car on 39th and Broadway. LMPD says the man kept driving for a moment after that before eventually returning to the area where he shot and killed himself. Police also say a second collision happened during the pursuit involving an LMPD officer. This one happened at 22nd and Broadway. Police say an officer's car and another car collided, injuring 2 civilians in the car. The 2 people went to the hospital, but they are expected to be okay. The officer was uninjured. And a man is dead after being struck by a semi in St. Matthews yesterday evening. Police say the man was riding his bike around 5 last night near Westport Road and Sharon Avenue when he was hit. He was pronounced dead at the scene. St. Matthews police say they haven't confirmed why or how the man was struck. Authorities say the semi driver stayed at the scene and no charges have been filed. The Clifton neighborhood is still reeling after a massive explosion at the Givaudan caramel coloring plant that killed 2 employees this week. One of the victims was found dead, buried under rubble hours after the company told officials all employees were accounted for. Homes and businesses in Clifton are still picking up the pieces. Now, to help those impacted by the explosion, Spring Street Bar and Grill held a fundraiser today. This fundraiser started this morning at 11 and runs until 4 a.m., so you still have plenty of time to stop by. An explosion at the Givaudan plant that shook the Clifton neighborhood.
It blew stuff off the walls, and I'm surprised the windows didn't break. Pretty scary stuff. And then once we realized that it wasn't something imminent in our property, we realized something even more catastrophic happened in the neighborhood. 2
employees were killed in the explosion, others sent to the hospital for injuries. Homes nearby the plant were damaged from the blast, and businesses and buildings had glass windows blown out.
Clifton is a very neighborhoodly area.
Spring Street Bar and Grill saw their neighborhood grieving and wanted to help.
We're a member of the community, and we service the community, and we need to take care of the community when they're in times of need.
Sunday, the Bar and Grill donated 10% of all proceeds to those impacted by the explosion.
It impacted not just the people that work at those businesses, but I know some of our distributors even were friends with the people that were injured during, like the people that deliver our food, beer, etc. They have friends that were working there during the explosion and were hospitalized.
A neighborhood leaning on one another while they heal, knowing they will move forward.
Whether the company is still there or not, the neighborhood's going to move forward. They're going to pick up the broken glass and help their neighbors, and that's what Clifton does.
As a reminder, the company will come face-to-face with residents in a community meeting tomorrow night at 6. That will be at the United Crescent Hill Ministries building on State Street. Metro Council member Andrew Owen will be there as well. 2 young girls and a pregnant mother were killed in a Lebanon Junction house fire in January of 2023. The fire department says the 3 died from smoke inhalation, and the house had no working smoke detectors. Tonight, we're hearing from one of the girls' grandmothers on that little girl's birthday. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester have the grandmother's plea so other families don't have to go through the same tragedy.
Is that she couldn't be saved, but we can try to save as many others as we can, because that's what Reagan would want. And she would also want every little girl to know to have a good tube of lipstick and to keep your nails polished.
Reagan Marmon should have been celebrating her 8th birthday today. She was killed in a house fire in January 2023, along with her pregnant stepmother and her stepsister. Authorities say the Lebanon Junction home did not have working smoke detectors. Now, Tina Swan, Reagan's grandmother, says it's her mission to spread awareness for fire safety and to keep her granddaughter's legacy alive.
This billboard goes up once a year on Reagan's birthday. Reagan's grandmother says with her larger-than-life personality, it's exactly what she would have wanted.
This little girl was all about it, and she would have thought she was something. Like, I hear her voice, and I know she would say, Mom, let's ride by one more time. because that was her personality. It was big and bright and bold and beautiful.
Swan's message to her community: call your local fire department to check or install smoke detectors. Shepherdsville Fire and Lebanon Junction Fire say these installations are free and can save lives. In Lebanon Junction, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
We'll hear more from Tina tonight at 11 on her granddaughter's birthday, as well as from the Shepherdsville Fire Department on what safety measures have been put in place. Today is World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims. The event is held every third Sunday in November to honor those who have lost their lives in roadway crashes. Event organizers used today's gathering to renew their call for state legislation that allows automated speed enforcement in Kentucky.
I'm going to do everything I can within Frankfort and city to bring these cameras because I think they're necessary. We don't have enough officers to do what we need to do to monitor these speeders, but we do have technology that can do the same thing.
According to the Federal Highway Administration, speed safety cameras can reduce roadway fatalities by 20 to 37%. Today, Jewish Heritage Day was celebrated at the 35th Annual Festival of Trees and Lights at Slugger Field. There was a dreidel contest, latke tasting, and concerts. All of the proceeds from the Festival of Trees and Lights go to benefit the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit at Norton Children's Hospital.
Not only is this event important to showcase the different religions and the different diversities that this city has, but it also shows that every child is touched by Norton Children's Hospital. And this is the reason why it's so important.
In the past 34 years, the festival has raised nearly $11 million for the Children's Hospital. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the JCPS task force will meet for the final time. The group was formed to study the district and is made up of lawmakers, Louisville leaders, and parents. The last time it met was in October, where the task force heard from Prismatic Services. That's the company JCPS hired to investigate last year's first-day transportation disaster. The Prismatic president testified, saying the company made dozens of recommendations to JCPS to fix the problems. Tomorrow's meeting starts at 3 in Frankfort.